Now we are live, so I'm going to wait for people to show up. Okay, so let's pay respect to the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha together first. นะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะพุทธังธัมมังสังฆังนะมัสสามิสาธุ Okay, so today we will talk about the Kathina ceremony in Thailand. You know, I saw that the Kathina ceremony in Empty Cloud has already finished, right? Because in Empty Cloud they have like 1 month earlier than in Thailand, and some other part like India or Sri Lanka, and then Thailand, and Southeast Asia, because of we have the leap month, and this year we have the leap month, so it should be in October, but for this year that we have a leap month, so it now we have the Kathina ceremony in September. So in Thailand and maybe many countries other than the United States, right, just finished the rainy season, the rain retreat on 29th of October, and then from 29th of October to 27th of September is the end of the Kathina ceremony. So today we're going to discuss about the Kathina ceremony in Thailand, because the ceremony vary from one place to another. So we're gonna learn. I'm gonna give you more detail about the ceremony in Thailand specifically. So good. Hi everyone. Hi Sue. Hi Manal. Hi Vivian. Hi, nice to meet you all. So yeah, let's start. As I've mentioned earlier, some of you have attended the ceremony, the Kathina ceremony already, but in Thailand we just start. So yeah, I'm gonna show you what we do in Thailand. Hello Jay, hello Nathanik. So Kathina ceremony, many people call Kathina robe offering ceremony. So this ceremony is, essentially is about the robe offering. It's not about the money offering or the food offering. It's about the robe offering, the robe for the monastic. It doesn't have to be like the 3 pieces. It can be just like the robe or the thicker one, the sankhati, or it can be just the skirt, or just any kind of cloth or robe. Perfect. I would like to give you like background, right? Normally, during the October and September marks the end of Vassa, or the Buddhist Lent, or the 3-month rainy season retreat observed by the Sangha. The end of Vassa is celebrated by Buddhists with Pavarana. The day at the end of the Vassa we call Maha Pavarana. What is it? Mahapavarana is the day that all the monastic can ask each other like, can you please give me like advice, or did I do something wrong? Should I um, like about the punishment, like if I do something wrong, then you can like make yourself purify, something like that. Yeah, so here it said at the end of the Buddhist Lent, Buddhist monks are free to travel again, but before parting, they should maintain monastic discipline and punish offenders to purify the Sangha. At the Pavarana ceremony, each monk invites the other monks to point out to him any faults he has committed during the Vassa retreat period. So Pavarana here means let other people to tell you what is wrong, maybe the behavior, maybe about the Vinaya, the monastic rules. They have like the pattern. They're gonna say like, even though when you see or when you hear or even when you have any doubt about my behavior, about my monastic rules, that I might, did something wrong, please advise me, please tell me, and then I can, change and make things better. So this is called Pavarana. Every year at the end of the Vassa, the last day of the Vassa, we have to do this in the monastic. But, for the lay people, you can use this kind of concept that even when you hear, when you see, or even when you have doubt about anything, just ask first. You have to ask like, is it real? Because I'm not sure that I see what I see. What I see is like the real thing, like the real incident or something like that. Or I might have heard something about someone. Is it true that have you done that or something like that? Whatever you have like interaction with anyone, when you have doubt, you need to ask. But you need to ask with loving kindness, with compassion. Ask that person to make that person better, to make them know their fault or something like that. So this is called the Pavarana. Hi Jim McCarty, hi Yankee Apple. Okay, and so we learn about the Pavarana ceremony. And after that, on the termination of Vassa, the Kathina robe offering ceremony is usually held at the monastery. We're gonna call the Kathina period. The period lasts for only 1 month. For example, in Thailand, the end of the Vassa is on 29th of October, right? So you have this period until the first day that you can get the Kathina ceremony is the 30th of October to 27th of September. That is the last day that you can get the Kathina robe offering. This practice started quite early in Buddhist society with the approval of the Buddha himself. When the Buddha was staying in Jetavana monastery at Savatthi, he granted permission for the bhikkhu or bhikkhuni to accept Kathina robes from lay people, as several bhikkhu only had old and torn robes. The Buddha told us to stay in one place for 3 months, right? That's the rain retreat. But after that, one group of monks, 30 of them, for example, during this time we just finished the Buddhist Lent, right? But even though in Thailand we still have rain, it still rains. So during this time, if you wanna go anywhere, you can go now, but it still rains. sometimes. That group of monks, 30 of them, travel to see the Buddha. But on that path, during that time, it rained. And when that group of people, that group of monks saw the Buddha, they have like the old and torn robe and all the mud and everything like that, like very old and doesn't look that good. So the Buddha grant the permission, like, okay, Bhikkhu, Bhikkhuni, if you stay for 3 months in the rain retreat, then you can accept the Kathina robe. At first, the bhikkhu have to seek their own cloth, their own robe, seek their own cloth and then make their own robe. But later, the Shivaka, like the doctor, he asked the Buddha, and then the Buddha allowed bhikkhu to get the robe from the lay people. Mhm. So it is the Sangha as the whole which receive this gift of robes or plain cloth from lay people. The cloth must be offered to the whole Sangha and not to individuals. And the bhikkhu will then decide which of the monks to receive the robe. If the Kathina offer is plain cloth, selected monks will do the cutting, sewing, and dyeing of the cloth in a single day, 24 hours only. The gifts are then distributed to the individual monastic who have properly observed the rainy retreat. Yeah, so you have to understand that Kathina robe is not for individual. It has to be offered to the whole Sangha, and then the whole Sangha will decide who will get the robe. You cannot ask like, can I get my robe? Can I get my new robe? You cannot ask that. If the monastic asks for their own robe for themselves, then the Kathina ceremony not successfully done. You cannot ask. It has to be for the Sangha. But if that ceremony have only one robe, then we have to choose, right? Okay, which one of the monastic to get the robe. But if like there are 5 monastics and then they get 5 robes and then yeah, they all can get the robe. The offering of Kathina robe is considered one of the most meritorious deeds. A lot of merit you get from offering the Kathina robe. Why? First, because it is a Sankhathana. Sankhathana means you give to the whole Sangha, not only one person or 2 person, to the whole Sangha, and then let the Sangha or let the monastic decide. So it's like, like with the intent, if you want to give just one person, then maybe because you like that person, so maybe not the pure intent, consider or maybe compared to the, okay, I give it to the whole Sangha and you can decide whoever deserve it, just get it. I don't care. It's just like, you can compare like the intent, like maybe more like pure and then, like wholehearted, give to the whole Sangha, something like that. And then the Kathina robe is considered as the Kala Dana. Kala Dana is mean like only for specific time, only for this 1 month, and one monastery or one temple can only get just one time per year, and only in this period of time. So kind of like specific is kind of special. So it's considered one of the most meritorious deeds. The Kathina festival held after the rainy retreat originated 2,500 years ago and is still celebrated by Buddhists with alms giving in the morning and then offering of robes to the monks who observe the retreat. Buddhists believe that the offering of Kathina robe is a great act, but in addition to giving robes, lay supporters also consider the bhikkhus' other needs. The bhikkhus who receive Kathina robe deliver sermon, like give blessing to the lay supporters. The festival thus bring ordinary people together with the Buddhist orders in a joyful spirit of shared devotion. So, like it's like the big ceremony once a year. People come, gather, and then, with the joy of, devotion, with the dedication, because it's a big ceremony. So we have come together and then help and then make it happen, make it successful. But okay, I'm gonna come back to talk about the perks, the benefit of the monastic. Okay, I'm gonna skip that for now. Kathina actually is in Pali language, right? Kathina means wooden hoop used for making a robe. That's one meaning. Another meaning, Kathina means the robe itself that offered during this time. So it's kind of interesting that in the past we don't have like the full set of robe, but the monks has to seek, find the robe and then sew it together and use this wooden hoop to make a robe. So that's why it's called Kathina. And as I mentioned, they cannot, find in the store, in the department or some department store, something like that. Or in the Buddha's time, it's very, very hard to find like a long piece of cloth. So most of the monks have to do the pangsukula. Pangsu is Pali word mean dust, kula, jutting out. So pangsukula literally means comes out of dust, that which comes out of dust. Pangsukala means forsaken robe, that is to say, a neglected cloth that has been abandoned on a spot, indicating that what is meant is real abandonment, such as the edge of the road, garbage heap, or burial ground, cemetery, things like that. And when we see the cloth, like here, maybe around here, in the and then look like, oh, maybe someone just throw this cloth away, this piece of cloth away, then you have to ask 3 times first, like, is this cloth, like, is this belongs to anyone? And then wait, and then ask, is this belong to anyone? Okay, is this belongs to anyone? I'm gonna take it now. After 3 times, okay. After 3 times, and then no one's, like say like, oh, it's mine, and then you can take it. But it should be the cloth that has been abandoned on a spot that, okay, no one gonna, forget about it, you just like drop it unintentionally. For example, in the edge of the road, in the garbage heap, in the cemetery, not like near the house or something like that. So this is called pangsukula. The monk in the past need to find this cloth, and then, even now, even in the present day, there are some monks who use the pangsukula and then, from each cloth and then sew it together. Some can afford to dye the robe, but some cannot afford to do that. But yeah, so it's up to the monk. This is like the robe offered by the lay people, and this is on the left, right? On the right hand side, the robe offered by the lay people, and on the the one, the old one offer. No, it's called pangsukula, from the cloth that has been abandoned, discarded. Or some places, some temple, you can find some, maybe a lot of temple have this kind of thing, like they don't ask for the robe from the lay people. Actually, we cannot ask the robe from the lay people, otherwise it cannot be successfully done. Some people just like, okay, I'm gonna give you just the white cloth like this. So if you have the white cloth like this, then you have to dye for yourself, and this is like the dyeing process. And then you have to dye, and then you have to sew it together. So that's one thing. Or maybe most of the temple nowadays, they get the robe offering like this, just like one set of like neatly done robe for you. And after they get like maybe the robe from the lay people, or maybe the robe that they made from themselves, they have to this is like the sangha duty, monastic duty, that we have to decide who gonna get, depends on the whose robe is like oldest, whose robe is like not in so good condition, or if they have like the new robe, all together have the new robe, so they can decide like who ordained first, something like that. And in Thailand, because now we're gonna discuss about Kathina ceremony in Thailand. In Thailand, there are many, kind or types of ceremony. The first one is the Kathina ceremony held by the royal family. Like this is like the king of Thailand, right? And he offer, this is like the royal ceremony. Even the king um, held his own Kathina ceremony, and all there, yeah, the family. Or the second one, the second type, is the Kathina ceremony that they have the robe from the royal family, but offered by the representatives instead of the king or the queen himself, but by the representative. Like, okay, maybe just 10, for example, I don't know the number, maybe 10 temples that the king, maybe 5 temples that the king offered the robe himself, and then maybe like 20 or 30 temples around the country that he offered the robe, and then the representative, anyone, like the prime minister, something like that, go and then offer the robe to the temple. So this is the second one. Or this is called Julakatina. Julakatina is like the selected monk has to finish the cutting, sewing, and dyeing of the cloth in a single day. Not all temples in Thailand do this, just some, like the forest temple or the forest tradition, for example. Mhm. And the last one, this is like most, maybe, yeah, it's like the ordinary Kathina ceremony, like ordinary people, not from the royal family, not from the representative of the royal family or a royal family, but the normal robe that we can get, from the store and then offer to the temple. But also we divide into two types again. One main donor. For example, like one very wealthy family, okay, I would like to give the robe to this temple, but for my whole family, only for this temple. You can come enjoy and then celebrate the ceremony with me, but everything here from my family, something like that. That's one main donor. But multiple donors is like we call Katin Samaki. Katina Samaki. Samaki is unity. Like, okay, we don't have like one main donor, but you can support. You can support the robe, and then another robe from that person, another broom, another like many things you can come and then help each other. That's called multiple donors. And now that's the highlight of this talk. You know, as you can see, we have like it's like a celebration once a year. So people like have like the instrument and then to, like the music, something like that. And this is, I don't know, maybe in Southeast Asia they have like different way to decorate, you know, the money. But I have to tell you again that this ceremony is about the robe, not about the money. And here you can see the flag, right? The mermaid, the crocodile, the turtle, and the centipede. This is why I would like to talk about the ceremony in Thailand, because I'm pretty sure that you cannot find in, United States or in other places in the world, because even in Thailand we don't have, these like throughout the regions. Like we only have this in the northern part and then the northeastern part of Thailand. Mm. With this flag. And we're going to talk about what these flags represent, which is kind of interesting. It's not in the Tipitaka, it's not in the Pali Canon. It's from Thailand, not Thailand, but it's in Southeast Asia, because people say like, okay, they have this kind of flags in Thailand, Laos, and Burma, I think. Yeah, but maybe Thailand and Laos. Okay, so we're gonna talk about the flags. See, crocodile, the lady mermaid. Not really, we call nang matcha. Matcha is mean fish. So the lady with the fish tail, yeah, the mermaid, right? The centipede, and then the flag. We're gonna have this in Kathina ceremony. See, and it's actually in front of the Kathina robe. You can see here. This is the flag and this is Kathina robe. So what are these represent? The first one, crocodile. The crocodile flag represents greed, because the crocodile has a wide mouth and consume a lot, so it can represent the greed, like eats a lot, always want more and more, something like that. Or some legends say that there was one stingy wealthy man who doesn't want to do, dana, one doesn't didn't want to do or didn't want to give anything to anyone. After his death, he was reborn as a crocodile, protecting the wealth he had hidden at the bank of the river. He doesn't he didn't want his wealth to, belong to anyone. So he had hidden at the bank of the river. And then he was reborn as a crocodile to protect it. When the crocodile saw people traveling by boat who were about to offer the robe, gonna join the Kathina ceremony to the temple, then he decided to follow, because he was reborn as a crocodile because he didn't make any offering, right? So he tried to follow and then, maybe I can get the merit as well. However, he could not follow for long. When he was about to die, he asked those people to offer the merit to him. You know, if you go and then make merit, Katina ceremony, one of the most meritorious deeds. Can you please give me the merit too? I want the merit too. And from then on, in the Katina ceremony, people use the crocodile flag to represent some animals who cannot make merits for themselves. And then we should offer the merit to those who are unable to attend. So this is like the teachings, right? Like, okay, you cannot attend the ceremony, right? Okay, I'm gonna give you the merit. Oh, the animals that you're born like this and you cannot make the merit, and then I'm gonna do it for you, or I'm gonna do, you know, offer the merit to that particular crocodile. I don't know, it's just like the legend. Or one says that, crocodiles actually is the Big Dipper, right? It's like the constellation, the Big Dipper. Maybe you can see, some places see different imagination. But Thai people, we call the Big Dipper here as a crocodile constellation. See? You can see, oh, it's the crocodile up there as the star. And the crocodile or the Big Dipper used to point, used to find the North Star, right? The North Star, the Little Dipper here. So maybe, some legends say, maybe that we have the flag of a crocodile because it show that, oh, now we see the Big Dipper or the crocodile constellation. Oh, and over there is the North Star. We should go to that direction or something like that, because in the past they travel by boat or maybe by foot, and they cannot, it takes a long distance from the village to the temple, maybe in some part, right? So they need to find the star and then, okay, go to this direction, something like that. How to find the North Star? Maybe you can see, oh, the crocodile there. Oh, the North Star here. Go to this direction. So they use the crocodile flag just to represent the Big Dipper or the crocodile constellation. Maybe there's some guess, but the guess that, most of the people accept is the crocodile flag represent greed. Okay. Next, the centipede flag represent anger. Because the centipede's venom causes severe pain and allergic reactions such as fever, give like the heat in the body. Just like when you feel angry, right? You feel the heat inside yourself. The anger and heat, it causes pain, it causes irritation, something like that. So the centipede here represents anger. This reminds people who attend the ceremony that you shouldn't be angry during this period. Seeing the centipede flag may remind you not to let the centipede sting. Don't let the anger get you. Don't let the anger control you. After the ceremony, the temple will hang this flag and also the crocodile flag in front of the temple to let everyone know that this temple's Kathina ceremony has already finished. Okay, you can go to another temple. This temple already finished, the ceremony, something like that. So this one, why we have to be reminded that don't be angry. Don't be angry. Why? Because in Thailand, we believe that when we have like the big ceremony, like the Kathina, the robe offering, you should be happy. You should be, you should cultivate the wholesome qualities. So don't be angry. Don't be greedy. You have to make this ceremony wholesome, good, pure, with the wisdom and with mindfulness. So that's why. Use the flag to remind you not to let the centipede sting. Next, the mermaid or the fish lady, because her name is Nang Matcha, literally mean fish lady. The mermaid flag represents lust or delusion because its beauty will lure you to do bad things like the delusion or the lust. So the crocodile represents greed, centipede represents the anger, the lady mermaid represents delusion or lust. Which are the three main unwholesome origins, unwholesome roots, right? Lopa, Tosa, Moha, greed, hatred or anger, and then delusion. However, now, like other things may have changed. So after the ceremony, some people would ask for this flag back to their shops, to their houses, as they believe it will make them earn more money, like to lure all the wealth, something like that. But normally when we use the Lady Mermaid represent delusion, avisha, for example. The last one, the turtle. The turtle flag represents mindfulness. You need to be mindful not to be controlled by anger, greed, or delusion. Just like when the turtle, face the what's it called? Face the danger, try to, hide, right? Hide by, I don't know in English, like the legs and the arms and everything, hide under the shell. So you need to be mindful. Be mindful when you wash, listen, taste, smell, or feel anything, not to be taken by unwholesome qualities. Be guarded, be mindful. So altogether, the crocodile represents greed, centipede represents anger, lady mermaid represents delusion, and turtle represents mindfulness that protect you from the three unwholesome origins. So when you attend the ceremony, you will find these flags here. You can see here in Thailand and in Laos. For Thailand, in the northern and the east northern part of Thailand. Like, okay, don't let the greed, the delusion, avisha, the anger control you. Be mindful, and then proceed the the ceremony, something like that. And now we're gonna talk about the procedure in the Kathina ceremony in Thailand, especially in Nirodaram, because things might have varied from one place to another, right? So in Nirodaram, normally the first thing, 7 o'clock, we have the food offering from the lay people to the monastic. Since we have only one meal, so 7:30, then we have to finish everything. While the monastic have their meal, one bhikkhuni will come and then give the Dhamma to the lay people. The Dhamma during this time is to give the teachings of the Buddha about how to make the merit more. For example, if you give with this kind of intent, you have this kind of merit. But if you give with another intent, then you have like the greater merit. So we have to tell the lay people before the ceremony start that okay, you have to do like this. You have to prepare yourself to the ceremony because once a year, and it's like one of the most meritorious deeds that you can do. So what we're going to talk about is the three things, three factors. The first one, before you do anything, before you attend the ceremony, the first one, you when you feel happy that okay, I'm gonna offer the robe. Tomorrow I'm gonna go and then practice. Tomorrow I'm gonna go and do the retreat. Tomorrow I'm gonna give the dana, the offering. Anything that is good before you do that, you're happy about it. That you get the merit. That is the first one. Before the thing that happened, before the incident, before the event, you already get the merit. If you make your heart, oh, with all the wholesome quality, I'm happy that I'm gonna be able to do the good things. That's the first one. The second one, during the time that you do during the time in the ceremony, during the time that you do the retreat, during the time that you offered anything to anyone, during that time, your heart or your mind have the faith in the good deeds. If I do good deeds, I'm going to have the good consequences. I have the faith in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. I have the faith in the Sila. I have the faith in everything that I do. Like, this is good. I have the faith in it. Then you get like the great merit. That's the second one. The third one, after the ceremony, after the retreat, after you have given anything to anyone, after that, when you think about it, when you reflect on it, oh, the joy arise, the delight, the contentment arise. I feel contented, I feel happy, I feel elated. That feeling means the great merit again. So you don't, go to the temple and then give the dana and then the merit just, from that moment only. No. Before, during that time, and after. If you think of it with the, wholesome quality, with the wisdom that this is good thing, I do because I have the faith in the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. I have the faith in the giving. I have the faith in what I do that is good. You can gain the merit before, during that time, and after. And this is like the factors for the merit to be greater, to be more. So this is what we should, prepare the lay people before the ceremony. And after that, this is like from the ceremony in the monastery that I stay here. So the monastic just sit here like this, and then the lay people, gonna offer the robe and offer like things. Yeah, this is the robe as well. And this is very important because Kathina ceremony is the robe offering ceremony, right? So it's important for the monastic to give explanation of the robe to the lay people. See, the lay people come here and they listen. We have to tell them like, this is not ordinary robe. This robe has a deeper meaning. This gonna show you. This is like the robe that you offer to the monastic, to the Buddhist monk. It's not just like one, like one long robe. It's not like that. It has to be from the, I mean like the small parts and then sew together to make it like this. Why? Because in the past it's very hard to find like the long rope, the long cloth, right? So if the monk have that kind of long rope, then it's dangerous for the monastic. Like the thief gonna come and steal the rope. So the Buddha said you have to cut the cloth to different pieces and then sew it together so no one gonna steal it from you. But this is from the wisdom from the Ananta Thera The Buddha talked to the Anantathera Bhikkhu. The Buddha pointed out to the rice field. The rice field is very beautiful and it has like the pattern. And then the Buddha asked the Anantathera, like, can you make the robe for the monastic to be or to have the similar pattern as the rice field here? And then Anantabhikkhu said, yes, I can do it. So he designed. So who designed the robe for the monastic nowadays is Anantathera Bhikkhu. And this is from the rice field, like the smaller and then the bigger field, so together to be the robe for the monks. However, have a deeper meaning. So this is like I want you to see, like this is the wrong robe, right? During here, around here, I hope you can see like the circle, or like the arrow. Number 5 here around the neck. Number 4 and number 6 we call vivatta. What is it? Vivatta. Normally vata means cycle of birth, death, and rebirth, right? Samsara. Vivatta means absence of vata, means to break samsara or nibbana. So people, monastic, anyone who ordain and then wear this robe can bring you to nibbana. It can break the samsara. So this is like very important. Like, why it's important? We have to point out about this because it's important for the monastic that we have to know, like, this is like not the ordinary robe. If you decide to wear this robe, you have your duty to break the samsara. You don't ordain because I can get the free food or something like free shelter, free food. But our duty, if we ordain and then wear this robe, you have to break the samsara. You have to reach the nibbana. It's like in more intense duty than the lay people or something like that. Because some teachings say like this is like the Arahant flag. With this flag, you can reach the nibbana, something like that. This is very meaningful, and we have to tell the lay people, like, this is like the great merit that you offer us. We don't have to find the robe ourselves, and then we have to remind everyone in the monastery, like the monastic, that you should behave yourself. You should make yourself worthy of this robe. You should not just, ordain and then eat and then sleep, something like that. You should practice more. And this is like people come and then celebrate the ceremony. This is from last year. So, yeah. In Thailand, it's like the big thing, Kathina ceremony, like only in this month, only in this period that, people like, okay, I'm gonna join you in this temple and then gonna join you in another temple. Some people, like make the, come and join and then you participate in the ceremony, you're gonna have like the same merit as well. So some people attend like 9 temples, like, okay, I'm gonna make merit to this temple, another temple, altogether 9 temples. Or like, because it's not about the money, it's about the robe. And that I haven't talked about is this one. Not only is the merit for the lay people who attend the ceremony, right, but it has the benefit for the monastic as well. 5 things that consider as the benefit, like a perk for the monastic is that we are permitted, when the robe has been made up, we are permitted 5 things. The first one, going to families for alms without having asked for permission from fellow monks. Because normally when you go to, when you get invited to have a meal in any house, then you cannot go further than that. You cannot go any place else. You have to ask the permission from the abbot first, for example. But if you have, have been offering the robe, then you can go to the house to get the alms food without having asked for permission from the abbot, from the fellow monks. You can go anywhere else, up to you. That's the first one. The second one, going somewhere without wearing all 3 robes. That's for monks, that's for bhikkhu. 5 robes for bhikkhuni or the female monks. Normally, like every time, you have to use like the robe, jivara, the antaravasaka, like the skirt, and then the sankhati, like the thicker jivara, thicker robe. You have to carry for the bhikkhu. For bhikkhuni, you have, like the sankachikang, like the like some sort of bra, and then what else? And then the cloth for taking a shower. So 5 of them. You have to like carry together all the time. But during, because of the benefit, you can go without your sankhati, like the thicker robe, because sankhati is kind of heavy, right? So you can go without your sankhati. The third one, having a group meal. According to the Vinaya, we cannot eat as a group like 4, not more than 4. If more than 4, then this means a group, and then you cannot eat as a group. But after getting the robe, then you can have a group meal, more than 4. That's okay. The fourth one, keeping as many robes as you require, not as you want. If you need maybe like 6, normally you have 5, right? But maybe, just like the blanket, too cold, something like that, then you can keep as many robes as you require, as you need. And the last one, having a right to share the robes offered by lay people to the monastery where you live. You can share, or you can get more robe from the lay people, and then you can share. And this is how monks benefit from the Kathina ceremony. And one thing, normally that when we asked, to the lay people house, normally we cannot, the lay people cannot tell us in advance, like, okay, can you come and eat fish and chips in my house? Can you come and eat like the curry and rice? Or can you come and eat like pasta or pizza? They cannot tell you that. Otherwise, we cannot eat that, because the Buddha tried to prevent us, like, oh, pasta, this house. Oh, I want to go to eat pasta. Come, eat pasta. And you cannot do that, So normally the lay people cannot tell us the menu, but as a benefit from the Kathina ceremony, when the people say the menu, we can eat. Normally we cannot eat. For example, just to be clear, if I happen to hear the lay people say like, oh, tomorrow I think I'm gonna offer the pizza. I happened to hear, I didn't mean to. I happened to hear, but oh, pizza tomorrow, and I feel like, oh, pizza, I'm gonna eat that. According to the Vinaya, you cannot eat that because you have listened to it and you know the menu. You cannot eat. But benefit of the Kathina, when you happen to hear, oh, pizza tomorrow, I can eat. But you have to, manage your greed inside. But yeah, you can eat according to the Vinaya. Okay, and this is important. Normally, when you stay in one place for 3 months for the rain retreat, you have these 5 benefits for 1 month only. After the end of the Vasa, after the end of the retreat, 1 month only. But if your temple has been offered the robe, the Kathina robe, then you can prolong that period, that benefit for 4 more months. So altogether 5 months until the end of the Vasa. So throughout the year, 12 months, you have 5 months of, these 5 benefits after the Vasa. So it's some temples don't get the Kathina robe, so they can have this benefit just 1 month after, complete the 3 month retreat. Why do I have to mention about it? Because it's important for us, maybe monastic or the lay people, like, oh, during like maybe the last week, we have to find like which temple haven't got the robe yet, and then we can just offer the robe, and then after the monk receive the robe, and then he will get like 5 of this. Mhm. Unless the monk asks the robe himself. If he asks you like, oh, can you come and then give the robe to my temple, then it's not successfully done. It's maybe like the Buddha don't allow us to do that. Mhm. So that's it. That's it about the Kathina ceremony in Thailand. It's quite long. I hope you learn something like that you haven't experienced before, because normally we do in Thailand. And now is question and answer. Hi Karuna, good to meet you. Hi Jim McCarty. Hi Yankee Apple. Hi Shayanta Fernando. Hi Pumika from New Jersey. Hi Tama Learner. Good morning, Ayya. It's always a highlight to be part of your talks. Good morning to everyone from here on the East Coast of America. Keep safe and well. Hi Niranshan from Nepal, Buddha's birthplace. Hi Larry Dawalt, right? Love the idea of having the faith in the Sila. Yes, you can have the faith. Have the faith in the Buddha himself. Have the faith in the Dhamma, the teachings of the Buddha. Have the faith in the noble disciple. Have the faith in the Sila, that the Sila gonna protect you. Like for the monastic, like for everyone who keep the Sila, keep the precept, try to keep it. You don't have to be afraid. The Sila gonna protect you. You don't have to be afraid like, oh, is that person gonna like come and kill you or not. No, you don't have to be afraid of the ghost. If something gonna happen to me because of what I did in the past, but now I know that I keep the sila, I keep the precept pure, and that make me um feel like I'm guarded, because the sila protect me from all the bad things. That's what I think. Hi, Kim. Hi, Vivian. Thank you very much. Vivian just um, be a part in the Kathina ceremony in Thailand as well. Hi, Kasuko. Thank you for your teaching from Japan. Hi, Kit. No question, but thank you. I learned a lot. Yes, thank you very much for participate in this one. The main purpose for me is just to share that, because I believe that you all like attend the Kathina ceremony, in this United States or something like that, because it's like 1 month earlier than in Thailand. But I would just want to share the experience, like, oh, in Thailand we have this kind of thing. We have like this kind of flags, which is, even though it's not in the Pali Canon, but it's remind a lot of people like, oh, don't be greedy, don't be angry, don't be clouded with the delusion. Be mindful. Be mindful and then attend the ceremony with happy heart, with the wholesome qualities, something like that. And then the merit gonna be greater. Okay, 1 hour. Thank you very much, everyone, to participate in this talk. And then we'll see you again next week. But before we part, let's Satu 3 times. Satu, 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 Anumodhami. May the power of the triple gems, the power of the sila, the precepts that you all keep, may the power of the giving, the dana, the jaka dana, the offering that you all have, and may the power of the deva protect you all. This we call the 6 powers. May these 6 powers protect you all, that you be safe, healthy, and may this merit of giving the Dhamma, of listening to the Dhamma for you all, that you have listened to Dhamma, right? Everyone, every being in this world, in this whole universe, be safe, be happy and healthy, and let this world be a peaceful and happy place. I hope you all be directed in the path towards the awakening, towards the liberation from the greed, hatred, and delusion. Thank you all for today. Thank you, Edward. Thank you, Manal. Thank you, Gerson. Thank you, Dharma Learner. Wonderful talk. I hope it's honor for me to, be able to bring you, the way of Buddhism to life. And thank you that you enjoy this talk. That's it for today. Thank you. I don't know how to pronounce your name. A ball, right? Thank you very much. Good night. Have a good day, everyone, and see you next week, next Thursday. Goodbye. Sadhu. Be safe, be kind, be mindful.